Welcome to this new video series on Python programming for engineering students. So first of all, why do you have to learn Python? Most universities teach Python during your first or second year of your course. A strong knowledge of Python at the beginning of your course can make you use this programming language to solve problems from other subjects of your course. It's very easy to learn when you compare with the other language like C, C++ or Java. Say for example, a few lines of Python program is equivalent to 10 or more lines in other languages. So in Python, you'll end up typing or writing less number of lines. So Python programs are very high level in nature. So they resemble sentences written in a plain English. There's a huge developer community and there are plenty of ready to use programs in both engineering and in medicine as well. So in this video series you're going to learn the following things. You're going to learn the general syntax of Python program and the various features of Python. Using this knowledge you're going to solve problems. See, solving problems is very important. So the more problems you solve, the better you'll be in the programming. At the end of this series you'll have a very strong programming skills. It is not just Python. You'll be able to program using languages like C++ or Java. You'll be in the position to write thousands of lines of Python programs and have a very strong problem solving skills as well. You're going to learn how to do graphics programming like having a window or a button or image or text box or a button, etc. So you'll also learn how to do embedded system programming. So I'm going to teach you how to use your Python skills to program ESP32 microcontroller. So learning microcontroller programming is very important skills for students of computers, electronics, electrical and biomedical engineers. So to do this course you don't need any previous programming skills. However, you have to have a basic knowledge in mathematics, physics, electricity and chemistry, and these are the concepts you have already acquired in your year 12 or A levels. You need a laptop running Windows, Linux or a Mac, and you have already installed the following softwares: Python 3 and PyCharm Community Edition from JetBrains. You can also use Visual Studio Community Edition. This runs on Windows, or you can use Visual Studio Code. So it's a very popular editor and this runs on all the three platforms. Or you can use any text editor and a Python command line, that's a black screen, and this is the hardest way to learn. But I'll be using the software called PyCharm on Windows platform. So this is the quick introduction about me. I'm a computer engineer. My first program was in the year 1986 using C programming language. I've been designing software systems and also programming for the last 25 years. I'll be sharing all my programming skills with you. So you have to get your system ready now. You have to install Python 3 and you have to install PyCharm from these two URLs. There are hundreds of videos in YouTube that shows you how to install these two. However, I'm going to show you a quick, like a slideshow on what happens during the installation process. So if you're learning Python for the first time, so my advice would be to view all my videos in the order in which it is published in YouTube. So this is the screenshot of my laptop before I installed Python and PyCharm. So what I've done is I've created a folder called Python projects, and in there I've opened the command prompt. This is equivalent of a terminal in your Mac or Linux. Type Python or a Python 3. So this is the message I get. This tells me that there is no Python installed on my PC. Now go to this website python.org and download. Under download section, I have downloaded the one for Windows version. You can also find for Linux and Mac. And when the installation process starts, this is the window you get. What I've done in this window is I have just put a tick for add Python 3.9 to the path, and everything else is just the default values. Now the couple of things you're going to see here is when Python installs on your laptop, it's going to get installed in this path. So after the installation finished, you get this the successful message. So there's nothing you can do here, just say close. So you have to go back and restart the command prompt, go back to the same folder. Now if I type Python, I get this message. If you see this message on your laptop, so this shows your Python is working, and you can also see the version number. It's a 3.9.0, and this a 3, the greater than sign. This is the Python prompt. You can type Ctrl Z to come out of this window. Next you have to install PyCharm. Again, go to this jetbrains.com website and look for downloads, and you will see the download PyCharm screen here. And we are going to use the community edition. This is a free version. So this should be fairly enough for you to master Python programming. Maybe if you work for a company, probably you will find the professional edition. Now when you hit the download and when the installation process starts, so this is what you see here. So nothing, probably can keep all the values the default as well. So click next. So when the installation completes, you will be asked to reboot your machine. Okay, you can do that. Now when you start, probably after the installation, you will have an icon on your desktop. Now when you start PyCharm for the first time, it will ask you what kind of color, what kind of windows you want. You can just ignore for the time being and just say skip and keep the default. So after that, you'll be asked to create a project. So when you start using PyCharm, you will be speaking about a project. So you will get to know more about this in my later videos. So for the time being, just click this new project, and here you got nothing to change. You can keep everything as default. There are a couple of things you have to understand here. The first line, location, is it tells you where you want to store your project, your Python project. You can keep it default or you can change the folder. The next thing is, so you're going to use either a virtual environment or a non-virtual one. So the Python or the PyCharm recommendation is to use a virtual environment for every project. You can just keep it as it is. So the location, this is the same as your location of the project, and this tells where is the Python interpreter. So you're going to learn what is the interpreter in my future videos, but this is the location where you got the Python installed. Remember, the very first thing you installed was Python, and after that was PyCharm. So this is where the Python got installed. So if you had changed the installation path in the first step, then you have to change that here as well. You have to see this entry again. As I mentioned before, There are hundreds of videos in YouTube that will take you step by step, but it's not a complex process. Everything, most of the time you'll end up clicking next or close button, and you can have this ticked for the time being. Create a main.py welcome script. Now this is your PyCharm software. This is where you'll be spending the rest of the course typing the program, running the programs. So this is the default program. We are not going to discuss anything about this program. And when you hit this the green button on the top, this is to run the program. When you hit that, you should see the message, "Hi PyCharm." If you are able to see this, then your PyCharm environment is working. So with this, you are now ready to follow my future videos. So thanks for watching. Again, there are a few instructions for students who are attending the training in the center. Probably can follow these instructions. Thank you. So looking forward to see you all in the next video.